Hey y'all, what's up? Thanks so much for stopping by, or if this happens to be your first time here, welcome. I'm so happy you found me and my channel. My name is Dana, and today I'm going to be sharing all about my lifestyle and beauty favorites from the month of July. So let's go ahead and get the lifestyle things out of the way first. I'm sure I'm really late to the game with this one, but just in case you're like me, let me go ahead and educate you. This is the Bitchin sauce. So there's 3 different flavors. I think there's just the original one, the Chipotle, and then the cilantro. I've personally only tried the Chipotle one, but to be honest, I love this one so much that I don't even really care to try the other ones. If you just love condiments in general, I'm someone that loves dipping and mixing things, whether it's sriracha, truff sauce, Mike's Hot Honey. If you guys caught my Amazon favorites, then you already know all about those. But this is just another sauce that I've been loving. If you do roasted veggies and just drizzle this on top, it's incredible. I love it on Brussels sprouts, roasted sweet potatoes, roasted onions, baby bellas. It's actually an almond dip, but don't let that steer you away unless you have a nut allergy. Keegan does not like nuts at all. Like, he does not like eating raw almonds or toasted almonds or anything like that. I think he's okay with peanuts, but everything else he's just kind of whatever about. But he even really likes this. He's eaten the majority of this. I found mine at Whole Foods, but I heard recently it's at Kroger and I think Costco, but I don't know if the Chipotle flavor is available at Costco or not. Try it if you haven't. It is so delicious. Okay, that's the only food item in here, but I promise that's probably my absolute favorite out of this entire video. And this was just a random discovery of mine. Nobody told me about it. I was on Instagram and I think I searched like Capri Blue dupe or something like that, and then homemade candles. I was on this kick and I thought for sure I wanted to get into making homemade candles because I don't know, just why not add another thing to my list? And I came across this. More than anything, the packaging sold me right away, but then whenever I was reading up the comments, everyone was raving about the scents. I had such a hard time picking one scent. I only wanted to order one because I was like, what if it's not as good as everyone's saying? The scent and the throw of this candle is so impressive. Obviously, I can't vouch for the other scents, but as soon as I pulled the box out of my mailbox from the heat as well, that's one thing I did want to mention. If I had any issues of it melting during shipping, I live in Texas. It's been hot as hell for the last couple of weeks. I actually didn't know that it arrived in my mailbox the day before, so it sat in the mailbox for a whole day, and when I went to get it, it was still absolutely fine. I'm sure it probably heated up the wax a little bit, but nothing like dripped or moved around. The scent before even opening the box was so strong and delicious. So the scent that I went for is Southern Porch. Components of it is peach, pineapple, and magnolia. To be honest, I don't smell any magnolia, but the peach and the pineapple just punches you in the face in the best way possible. And I love that it's 3-wick and that it's in this dough bowl. But another reason that I wanted to share it is obviously, once you burn through the whole candle, you could just clean everything out and use it as a catch-all for keys or sunglasses. Right now, there's a deal. I actually asked the owner. I ordered this on my own, and I asked her how long the sale was going on for. She said she has no idea right now, but it's been doing really well, so I think she's going to keep it going live for a while. If you order the 3-wick farmhouse candle, you get a refill kit for free, and it doesn't have to be the same scent. I'm pretty sure when I ordered, there was a drop-down menu for the refill kit, but I just stuck with the same scent, which was kind of stupid because that was my opportunity to test out another scent. But I ended up being really happy with my choice because I love the scent so much. It's so amazing for summertime. It's really fresh and just like bright and punchy in the best way possible, especially right now with like quarantine and you being like stuck at home. You want your house just to smell really good. And as much as I love winter and fall time scents, it's too hot to be burning those here. So I wanted something tropical, and that does it for me. Wow, I just talked about a candle for what feels like forever. Let's get into the makeup. Okay, actually, just kidding. Before we get into the makeup, I wanted to mention this one random skincare product. I'm not saying this brand specifically. I received this randomly as PR. I've never even heard of the brand before. It's like a cooling massager. You could dip it into hot water and heat it up and use it as a warmer as well. So there's just this metal plate on it. You can refrigerate it if you like, but even when it's just sitting on my vanity, just because it is that, I think it's metal plate, it gets really cool. So what I like to do is go in with any sort of serum. This is another favorite. I feel like it's kind of, well, no, it's not a cheat because I love it either way, but I can't really tell you how much it does for my overall complexion. I can tell you that it is amazing for just hydrating the skin. So I'll go in with the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Serum all over my face, and then I'll do one like tiny half pump on it and then just glide it on my under eyes. It is so cooling and refreshing. It's almost like an instant pick-me-up. Obviously, you don't have to use this exact serum and you don't have to use this exact brand. I'm sure there's a million out there. I'll go see how much this one is compared to something on Amazon and find whatever's the cheapest and link it down below. This was a foundation that I mentioned in last month's favorites, and then I did an entire video on it, so I'm not gonna say much. It's the Danessa Myricks Vision Cover Cream Foundation. It is such an amazing, beautiful formula. My favorite foundation for this month is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. Has SPF 40. I did another video where I was demoing this as well, so I'll go ahead and toss that up above. But this combination, y'all, match made in heaven. It's dewy perfection, but adding just a drop of the Vision Cream Cover, it just kind of adds a little bit more of a glam factor to it. Whenever I mix these together, I don't have to go in with any concealer. If you've never used the Danessa Myricks before, it is full coverage, but in the best way possible. The tiniest drop goes such a long way, so when you just do an itty bitty doink with a dropper full of this, covers your whole face and more. You don't need any concealer unless you're just wanting to cover, I mean, everything in sight, but you get amazing coverage out of it. I think that's a combination that would work great for dry skin, normal skin, and maybe like slightly oily skin. Whenever you mix the Danessa Myricks into the Ilia, it definitely tones down the dewiness a bit. So I think it is a little bit more oily skin friendly versus the Ilia on its own, because the Ilia on its own is dewy. Next up, I have the MAC Strobe Face Glaze. I did an entire review on the new MAC Bronze 2020 Summer Collection. I honestly ended up falling in love with this so much more than I ever thought I was going to. I kind of compared it to the Kevyn Aucoin Glass Skin, like just the pros and cons versus that one in that MAC video, so I'll go ahead and link that here. I do prefer this over the Kevyn Aucoin one. I am wearing it on my face today. It's amazing as a highlight on its own if you want to mix it into your foundation, if you want to kind of get that dewy eyelid look. This is great on your eyelids. But there are days where I like to still mix it in with or apply a highlighter on top. I did do that today just to kind of intensify it even more. But this, I think, will be a product that I use all summer long. The highlighter that I'm wearing on my face, this came from the new NARS Orgasm X Cheek Palette. As pretty as the blushes are, when it comes to blushes, pink is like the last color that I guess it would be like a plum or something. But for blushes, I just tend to stay in like the peachy, bronzy type of zone. They are pretty, but the star product in here for me is definitely this highlighter. I wish I had it in a single pan on its own because it is just so beautiful. In a previous video, I described this as more of like a glaze than a highlighter. It's the traditional NARS type of highlighter formula. If you've used it before, you know what I'm talking about. It's not a heavy highlighter. It's truly like it glazes your face. There's no glitter, there's no shimmer. It's just this glowy, beautiful glaze. It's amazing. Go to Sephora, Ulta, swatch it, you'll understand. Actually, are there even testers out these days? I haven't been inside a Sephora or an Ulta in many, many, many moons. It's kind of sad. Okay, we just have two other products in here. This is a product that's been out for years and years and years. Somebody used to talk about this all the time and I can't think of who. It was like an OG YouTuber. This is the Laura Mercier Tight Line Cake Eyeliner. I just have mine in Black Ebony. I'm pretty sure this comes in like 3 to 4 shades. I think there's like a navy and a plum. It does come in this sort of packaging where you can pop it out, right? Oh, there we go. You can pop it out and just add it into a palette if you want. I personally like it in here just because it's very travel friendly. So I know when you look at it, you're just like, Dana, that just looks like a regular black eyeshadow. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but it's different at the same time. So when it's dry, it's very, very soft. But what you have to do is spritz your brush just to kind of activate it and turn it into more of a paste. You can line your tight line with this. I like to go in and really wedge the brush right into my tight line just to really blend my falsies into my normal lashes. And you don't get any transfer. Even with watery eyes, I don't get crazy like eyeliner everywhere. Granted, I do have pencil eyeliners that do a great job at that too, but this is really nice because on days where I don't feel like fussing with a liquid liner, something that just takes a little bit more accuracy, I can just go in with a stiff brush. It's just like a one and done type of swipe. I'm someone who has just always sucked at liquid liner. I mean, it takes me a while to get a really nice cat wing. I could never do my foundation first because I already know I'm gonna have to go in with multiple makeup wipes and multiple rounds to get it right. But something about the powder and a brush just makes it so much easier for me, especially on days like today, whenever, I need to wipe this off. Whenever I just have on lashes, it's really easy just to quickly grab a brush, spritz it, and then just wedge wedge it in there and it just blends everything together. I don't know. I really like it. Like I said, you could probably do the same thing with the black eyeliner, but I do feel like there's something different to that formula to where a normal black eyeshadow would end up transferring onto your waterline. I don't have any issues of transfer using the cake liner. And then the very final product, this is the same lip color I've been wearing almost all month long. I got so many DMs one day on Instagram asking about this lip color. I was shocked so many of y'all liked it, but it is really pretty. It's not like just your traditional punchy, why do I keep saying punchy? Vibrant, bold, there's so many other word choices. Orange-based red. Well, no, I mean, what would you call this? Almost like a terracotta type of red, orange? I'm not sure. I just never really go for straight blue-based classic reds. They are pretty, but for me, that's more dressy. Something about this type of orangey red is more casual in my mind, and I just love it during these summer months, especially with just minimal eye looks. It just seems to go with anything, and I like it. I didn't even tell you the name. This is Maybelline Globetrotter. If you've never tried the Super Stay Matte Ink liquid lipsticks, these are so incredibly long wearing. It's something that you have to go in with not only just like a makeup wipe, but cleansing oil or a cleansing balm to really melt it off. So if you're someone who just like wants to not have to deal with reapplying liquid lipsticks, this would be a great formula for you. Plus they're so affordable since it's a drugstore product. Oh no, I almost forgot my new favorite hoops. You guys know, well, if you know me, then you know I love just big hoops. Before I was always wearing the Leslie large hoops from Miranda Fry. For whatever reason, they discontinued those. I'm heartbroken because those are like my ultimate favorite hoops. I always recommend those whenever anybody asks, but these came in their new summer launch. These are the Kelsey hoops. Now I know when you look at them, they look really chunky and heavy, but I have a huge issue with vagina ears. Anything that gives you like vagina earlobes where they just pull on your ears and give you that slit, I can't do. Nobody wants to wear heavy earrings all day. Don't be fooled by these. Obviously, they are gonna be a little bit heavier than something like this. These were the Leslie hoops, but they're still very comfortable. I have worn these all day for multiple amounts of days and I haven't had any issues with sore earlobes. I just love the chunky vibe. And instead of being like the typical chunky tube hoop that you've seen, they have like flat edges. I don't know, I just think they're really cute. So these are the Kelseys. My necklaces are from Miranda Fry as well. I'll be sure to leave all the details on these down below, but definitely the hoops are worth checking out. And there you have it. There are all my favorites from the month of July. I would love to hear about some of your personal favorites from the last month. Can't believe we're in August. This year has just been so freaking weird and it is flying by. Let me know the best part of your day. I would love to hear from you. If you have any other comments or questions, feel free to drop them down below. You can always go find me over on Instagram. We can hang out, chat about whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for hanging out and I will see you guys next time. Bye.